Hey guys, it's Tana and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do two clean and simple cards. Here they are right here. And this is my second voiceover of the night, so let's see if I can get it done without screwing up too much. So that is a Simon Says stamp set from one of their kits, and it has these, I think it's called brush stroke marks. And we use two of the brush strokes in that set, but that's all we use. This came in a kit with a lot of pretty, like, navy pink and gold paper, and it came with some really pretty steel navy embossing powder when I got the kit. Anyway, moving on. We're going to be using two sets of 4 Catherine Pooler inks. So on this longer, skinnier brush stroke, we're going to use Mardi Gras. And I inked them up each twice, so they had a nice good coat of ink on there before I poured on the embossing powder. Now on this first card, I'm putting on Brutus Monroe's Rainbow Sparkle embossing powder, and it's basically like a clear coat with some rainbow sparkles in there, basically, just like it says in the name. That second one is Tiki Torch, and I think as soon as I buy up the rest of my Catherine Pooler inks this month, I'm going to have to start investing in the re-inkers because some of my small ones are getting kind of dry. And I was going to try to do 2 at a time, but with the Catherine Pooler ink, you really have to. It will work for embossing, but I wouldn't be able to stamp 2 or 3 brush strokes and then put it on. It would have to be put on as soon as you inked it up. And then the third one is going to be, I can't remember, Polished or Grape Crush. And then the last one is going to be Polished. So I did the voiceover for the last video. I don't know which one you guys are going to see first, and I told you the story of how I started making handmade cards. Today I want to tell you that I don't know when you'll be seeing this, sometime at the end of the month, or maybe not. If I do enough videos, you might be seeing this week. But I happened to be talking to my friend Amanda on Messenger, Facebook Messenger today, and I went on to answer her. And now you have to remember, I don't use Facebook Messenger all that often, only if, somebody I talk to messages me. And I happened to see that I had a new message there, and it was from Simon Says Stamp. On this card, we're going to use the shorter, thicker brush stroke, and we're going to go with lighter colors. So we use Melon Ice, Pixie Dust, Bellini, and Garden Party. So anyway, I click on the message, and it's like, congratulations, you are our playback winner for the Simon Says Stamp $100 gift card. Guys, I won a $100 gift card. Unreal, right? So I was so excited, and I was visiting with my friend at the time. We live like probably 2 miles away from each other, and we're both so busy we don't get to see each other often. She's like the only friend I have in the city. Anyway, I was talking to her, so I didn't start to order until I started doing my walking for the day, and I agonized for probably a good 2 hours over what I was going to buy. My cart, my daughters were laughing at me because I wasn't paying attention. I was just going through company by company and seeing what I would like to have. By the time I got finished looking through the list of companies A to Z, I had $398 or something like that in my cart. So of course I had to scale that down to $100. But I did it. It took a while, but I did it. I spent $106 plus shipping. So I will be having a haul video coming soon, whenever it arrives. So moving on, the second one's the lighter colors here on the second panel. They have pearl embossing powder on them by Wow. And I didn't want them to be covered, really. I just wanted them to have like a glaze. And that's exactly what they end up having. It's just a very, very light glaze. So here are the 2 panels themselves. The darker one is going to go onto a steel gray card base by My Favorite Things. And the second one's going to go on a frog card base, guys. A fog card base by Simon Says Stamp. I am going to cut out that lighter one with a wonky stitched rectangle die. Those rectangle dies also came from Simon Says Stamp. And this one I'm going to trim down a little bit more so I can put a piece of, I think it's just regular black cardstock, and that way you can see it against the steel gray. And I just cut it to be 1/8 of an inch bigger all the way around the main panel. And this is my first attempt in a while at clean and simple cards, and I thought I did pretty darn. And I thought I did a pretty darn good job. Sorry for the interruption there. That was my microphone acting funky again. Maybe I will also go look at microphones when I order the Catherine Pooler inks this month. So I cut that one out with a wonky stitch rectangle die by Simon Says Stamp, like I told you before. The problem with those rectangle dies, I don't know if I got like a funky batch or something, but my cards always end up either with a tiny sliver of metal that always ends up cutting me, or with a lot of frayed edges. So I just used my battery operated Dremel that my mom gave me. I have one that plugs in, but I never want to drag it out. Just to trim off those shavings, and we're just going to use a tape runner and tape that right down flat to the black mat for the frame, or for the card front itself. I'm sorry. Having to start my voiceover from the middle kind of threw me off a little bit. And then I also taped that right on top of the steel gray card base. Now I'm showing you that I put some Twilight Catherine Pooler ink over one card and just inked up the whole panel, and then Blackjack over another one. And I went over the gray one, the Twilight one, with some more pearl embossing powder. And then I cut it out with the MFT Simply Thanks die, and I'm just gluing those on with my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive right now, just in the bottom right corner. And the Best Wishes, that is also an MFT sentiment die. I got that free with my purchase last December when I stopped in the store on my way home from Florida. I've used it quite a bit. It's probably one of my favorite free gifts that I've gotten from my favorite things. I did not, however, emboss that sentiment. I left it in the color Blackjack. And as soon as I finish gluing on this T here, I move along to gluing on Best Wishes, and I think I popped Best Wishes up on one extra cutout. I just cut it out twice just so it would have a little bit of dimension to be glued right on top of the embossed brush strokes. The white one, the one that says thanks, is popped up with some of that cheap thin foam tape. I didn't want it to be too high off the card, so I just, once again, it's pretty cheap. I don't want it to pop off later on, so I glued it down by putting some Nuvo Deluxe adhesive on top of the foam tape. And that's just going to go straight onto that fog card base. Excuse me, guys. My throat hurts a little today. I'm drinking a cup of Sleepy Time tea. I don't know why. Everybody knows I'm not going to go to sleep anytime soon. So here we are gluing the Best Wishes down, and the little tittle that goes with the eye, if you see it up there on that piece of white on the glass mat. Excuse me one second. And I think I get out some Studio Katia clear droplets, and those will go on that thanks card. I played around, I don't think I showed it, but I played around with the placing a little bit. Sometimes I have such a hard time with placing gems and crystals and drops. Even when I use Nuvo drops, I have a hard time deciding where I should put them. So after I put those droplets on, these cards will be pretty much done. Ho hum, ho hum. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to tell you that I haven't already said in another video that I've recently uploaded. I cannot wait to go to Myrtle Beach. Now you all know that. I wish I lived there, that's for sure. I will make sure to take video while I'm there. And this, I don't know why I didn't use a jewel picker. I just decided to use my finger. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be, and I decided to go with my crystal glaze instead of my glossy accents to put those on. So I tried something a little different with the last video and had the kids do the goodbye. Unfortunately, they're sleeping now. So here's a close-up of those two cards, and you'll see the picture again. And thanks so much for watching, guys, and putting up with all my issues and my speech impediments lately. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification button for notifications of all the monthly giveaways. And we will see you again soon. Bye-bye.